Hello there. Welcome to the basement. The Bad Batch has dropped episode 11 Metamorphosis this week, and we going to talk about it. Um, just overall, initially, I thought it was a cool episode, but now let's get into why. So, at the beginning of the episode, we have here this ship, which is obviously in some trouble, hurtling out of control, spewing smoke and sparks. And all in all, things do not look good for that ship. Can't play it too long, don't want to get copyrighted. So we move to the interior of the ship as it is drifting, and well, that just looks flipping creepy. And we have a stormtrooper with a electro staff there running, obviously being chased by something he finds to be horrifying, I would have to say. All right, so he's up, and he got. Bye bye. Bye bye, stormtrooper. So obviously something unpleasant is loose on the drifting ship. And then our next shot is of this shuttle heading into. Look, boys and girls, it's Mount Tantus. So we got the arrival of somebody. Here's the getting obviously a high quality reception. And he's a haughty dude. You gonna show me his face before I get copyrighted? Don't think so. All right, but anyway, so he's a haughty dude, as you know, so your evil doctors tend to be. Here we go. There he is in all his haughty glory. And right now, I do believe he's talking to Lama Su. Yes, Lama Su, the captured geneticist, removed from Tipica City before the Empire bombed it into the planet ocean that it used to reside above. So she's being stubborn and refusing to help the Empire with their genetic experiments. So he's trying to find a way to get her to cooperate, of course. So they have their little conversation. He, of course, threatens her. Blah, blah, blah. And then basically his main goal at this point is to figure out how to get to her. At this point, we cut to the boys who are talking with Sid, giving her crap, obviously, for abandoning them on the little planet they spent the last 2 episodes on. And then she, of course, gives them the tip about the ship we saw in the beginning. Sorry about that super dry throat. Anyway, so she gives them a tip about the ship we saw in the beginning, and really not a whole lot of information other than coordinates. So they have no way of knowing what they're going to get into. And then, of course, Sid is Sid, and she's just like, well, here's the information, see you, bye. So, of course, the group heads out to where the coordinates are, come in for a landing, and start investigating the ship. See what happened. Obviously, they see the same creepiness that we were dealing with earlier. Skip ahead a bit. Still looking around, looking at wreckage. And so they split up. Tech goes to the bridge. Okay, you know what? You pause. And the rest of the team goes to the lab because Omega knows, obviously, Kamino and Tech. Meanwhile, Tech is trying to repower the bridge so he can get some records to figure out what was going on. So the batch finally realized that something is amiss. Something is afoot. There's a critter. And there it is. It's a critter that likes to eat the electricity, among other things. So, of course, they pretend... Oop, look at that. Kind of an alien-looking thing, almost. Little homage. It says, thanks for the snack. So, they do battle with it for a while. And eventually they and Tech will meet up right about now. Oh, look, it's getting bigger the more power it eats. This is a big problem. So they try and set it up and explode it, and oopsie, they let it off the ship. So now they got to go try and chase it down. So the pursuit begins. They're trying to track the thing down, and it makes it to a nearby village. And starts mowing. And oh, look what happens when it... Whoopsie, rewind. And ladies and gentlemen, look what we get when it gets a nice growth spurt off all the energy it got from those Transformers. It's a fucking Zillo Beast, baby! Now, remember back when we first saw the previews and we saw that big mechanical contraption and we were all calling it a mechanical Zillo Beast and we thought it was really cool, and then we saw the episode and it wasn't any kind of Zillo Beast at all? Well, we got a freaking real one now, baby! We have a full-on Zillo Beast in all its glory. So, of course, the Empire shows up because they want their Zillo Beast. So they cut off its food supply. And really, looking at it right here, just compare its size. If you remember the Zillo Beast from the Clone Wars, this is still obviously an adolescent. It is not full grown by any means, but it is still freaking humongous. So the Empire has this weapon which they use to stun it. You know, the Batch gets the hell out of Dodge. And the Empire has captured the Zillo Beast and taken it back to Mount Tantus. So the Batch take off. They realize the Empire is up to all kinds of freaking no good with this thing. And then we go back to Mount Tantus, where Dr. Boy has summoned the Prime Minister from Tipica City. I forget his name because I'm a horrible Star Wars fan sometimes. But anyhow, this doctor is trying to use the Prime Minister in order to find out how to get to Lama Su, and the Prime Minister flat tells him, it's like, hey, you want to get to Lama Su? You got to find the little female clone she's so fond of, obviously Omega. And of course, the head doctor finds that very interesting. And then that's pretty much it. That is end of episode at the end of their little convo there. So I liked this episode. I thought it was a pretty good episode. We got some Mount Tantus finally. We got actual Zillo Beast, a genetic. I'm not sure if that was a clone of the original or what, but probably is. So they grew themselves a Zillo Beast. Really, this was almost pretty much, I would say, kind of an Empire-driven story with the Bad Batch just kind of in there in order to connect everything up and, you know, fulfill the name of the show. And that's about it. They were actually kind of tangential to this episode, other than, letting the child Zillo Beast out and turn into an adolescent Zillo Beast. Aside from that, they didn't really serve a whole lot of purpose in this episode. Their story was not really pushed along, other than the fact that now Evil Doctor at Mount Tantus has a reason to go after him. And of course, they now have a reason, even more reason, to think they're going to want to maybe do something about the Empire. But at a minimum, they're sending that info to Echo and Rex, so since they're even more connected. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty sweet episode. The only real complaint I have is, where is Crosshair? All the reviews, if you guys remember, all of them said Crosshair. We get a lot of Crosshair, and Crosshair's arc was going to be really good and consequential, and we were all going to love it, and we've still only seen him in episode 3, just the one time. That's it. Where's my Crosshair juice that I was promised in all these reviews? And none of them got to see the last 2 episodes. And guess what? There's only 2 more episodes. Sorry, 3 more episodes before the last 2 episodes. It's 12, 13, 14, and then 15 and 16. So if those reviewers are not lying, and especially since they didn't get to see 15 and 16, there better be some damn Crosshair in all the rest of the episodes. That's all I got to say. Otherwise, they're a bunch of liars, and I don't like them anymore. But anyway, overall, definitely, again, good solid 8 out of 10, I would say. Good Bad Batch episode, definitely not filler. This one pushed the story, and for that, I was eminently grateful. Just again, give me my Crosshair. I want my Crosshair. I miss him, even though he doesn't miss what he shoots at much. But that's it. I enjoyed it. I hope you did. I also hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and tap that little thumbs up button that's right about there. And right next to it, click on the subscribe and that little bell next to subscribe. Fill that thing in so you know when I drop videos and I'm going to go live, or put something in the community tab, like some notifications or a poll or whatever. Oh crap, that reminds me, I need to update my Discord link in the main page. But yeah, go ahead, like, subscribe, comment. Please, I wish to engage with you. I want to know your thoughts. You've heard my thoughts if you made it all the way through this video. And I want to know yours, though. So go ahead, drop some comments. I need them. Like and subscribe and comment. I need it. Pretty please. Just do it. It won't hurt at all. Won't take but a few seconds. But all that fun stuff being said, and like I always say, there's always a good time to be had when you're chilling in the basement.